All right, I'm going to hereby call this meeting to order. This is the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Enforcement Special Magistrate hearing. Cases are going to occur as they are called. When you hear your case called, go ahead and proceed to. I'm going to hereby call this meeting to order. This is the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Enforcement Special Magistrate hearing. Cases are going to
Dylan Brandenburg. I represent the Erie Company. We regret having this come before you today. I'm happy to say that these items have been complied. We just unfortunately have not called Brittany to come out and take a look. We just need to get her to come out. The city's suggestion of a compliance by July is perfectly acceptable to us. Again, our position is that these have been taken care of. We just need to have Brittany coming out.
Okay. In case 59, we'll make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, find the property violation of listed code sections, respondent has till July 1st, 2024 to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. Assessed cost amount of $425.29.
Magistrate, this property owner has a second case.
Yep.
I don't suppose.
I'm gonna call it right now. Okay, next, we're gonna go to page 8, which is backwards on the agenda. I apologize. Item number 29, case number 23-255, property address of 604 North G Street. Property owner is Erie LWG5 LLC, Officer Dorcius.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorcius with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, case number, and address already been read into the record. Property location, 604 North G Street. This case was initiated from an internal complaint on February 1st, 2023. The case was reassigned from Officer H. Martinez. Existing violations, 14-32, the owner was cited to obtain an active business license. 14-35, use and occupancy inspection. On May 17, 2023, the owner failed inspection number 58021 with Inspector C. Charles. On August 17, 2023, the owner failed inspection number 58624 with Inspector C. Charles. The owner would fail that inspection because of all tenants need to have an active business license in the system. A printout of all tenants' licenses have been placed into the case file. At this time, all violations have been complied or resolved. Formal notice of violation was issued via certified mail on February 13, 2024. Certified mail was received on February 15, 2024. The property in City Hall was posted on February 15, 2024. This case was administratively postponed from February 28, 2023 to May 30th, 2024. The property last reinspection date was on May 23rd, 2024. Photographs of the property has been taken. The city had no personal contact with the owner. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance would be July 2nd, 2024, fine $250 per day, plus administration costs of $425.29 made payable by July 2nd, 2024. Case number 212255 was initiated on September 20th, 2021. That case went to hearing on January 27th, 2022. That case was fined at $200 per day, and that last violation was complied on July 29th, 2022. Due to that case, that's why the city is requesting a $250 per day fine.
Officer, what's outstanding at this time?
The active business license, 14-32, and the passive use and occupancy inspection, 14-35.
Counsel?
Magistrate, this particular one is a bit more complicated.
Sounds
So,
like it.
As you just heard, what we have outstanding is use and occupancy and get a business license. The issue is that the city of Lake Worth Beach has a code section that says they will not issue you a business license if there are outstanding liens or fines at the site. These series of properties have had multiple violations going back years before I came on the case. We are currently in the process of attempting to resolve all of those violations with the goal of coming back to the city for a lien reduction and a payment plan. Fortunately, on this particular property, the lien totals are upwards of $350,000. So essentially, in order to obtain the use and occupancy license that the city is requesting us to get, we would have to pay the city upwards of $300,000 to get those licenses issued and to come into compliance on those particular violations. So I don't know what to say other than we do need a use and occupancy at the site. We cannot obtain that unless we are going to pay the city an exorbitant amount. On top
Alright,
of that,
so,
magistrate, if you were in the
effective on May
future to
17th,
install a
inspection
daily
because the
reoccurring
regulated
fine
violation
for
was
this
observed
particular violation,
on August
as I
17th,
said earlier,
because
this
the
property
council
already
violations.
has a massive
So if
amount
you
of fines
pass an
currently
inspection,
reported on.
license will place
So
on hold.
putting on an additional daily on this site isn't gonna particularly compel the resolution of this case, unfortunately. If we're talking about how much time we would need to resolve the issues at all of the owner's properties, get them into compliance, come in for a lien reduction, and then resolve the fines on these cases to where then we could be issued a UNO. I mean, maybe a year. I would be needing a large amount of time to make that happen.
Your Honor, part of the problem with this, part of the issue with this case is there are also tenants in this property that do not have their use and occupancy inspections that have been passed or their business licenses applied for. So part of it is an owner issue and part of it is a tenant issue.
Well, it doesn't seem, I mean, even if I make a finding that there's a violation, which clearly there is, I don't think that's a factual dispute here. If I make a finding there's a violation, I don't think that solves the city's problem because ultimately they're not going to be able to get the occupancy until they resolve the other issues, at least as I understand the codes, as the code is written in the city, right? You have to have all. Is that correct? I don't see how I can resolve this in any particular way other than, like,
Can I add something?
Yeah.
All right, so on May 17th, you just didn't fail for not having a business license. You failed because violations were observed. So your electrical outlets inside the bays were all missing covers. So that was part of the violations. Your next inspection, your tenants didn't have an inspection. So even with the open lien, as long as you schedule the inspection and no violation observed, your license will be placed on hold until you pay off the lien. But you still have to schedule the inspection and pass it with no violations being observed. So that goes for both the owner and all their tenants. Because a couple of tenants' licenses are currently on hold because no violations were observed.
We're happy to address substantive violations, right? So the city's position is, hey, just call in for UNO, we'll come out and take a look at the substantive issues. And give us a certain period of time in order to do that. That's acceptable to us.
For this particular case, your next inspection, the only thing that would fail is if you have a tenant that does not have a license in the system.
So Your Honor, if they're able to get the owner and tenant their use and occupancy inspections and pass them, and the business licenses could be issued, but for the outstanding liens, the licenses will be placed on hold and the violations for this case would be resolved.
can you do that?
We can absolutely.
All right.
Call for the
So
inspection.
let's do that. All right, in case 255, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find violations of the two listed code sections. Respondent has till July 2nd to resolve them as described here today. Or find the amount of $250 per day may issue. Cost the amount of $425.29 are assessed. Buck.
Thank you, man.
Okay, we're going to go to page 5 of the agenda, item 17, case number 24-200. Property address is 1501 North Federal Highway. Property owner is Elvin Ramos, Officer Brian.
Sorry, which number are we going?
We're going to go to page 5, item 17. So
Thank you, man.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. Owner's name, address, and case number have been read into the record. Case was initiated on 1/31/2024 as an internal code complaint. Existing violations of the property are 2-75.6.2 general requirements. Please remove all dirt buildup from all areas of property to include fascia. Please repair all areas of damaged, broken staircase and overhang of second floor. 12-18 trash and debris. Please remove all trash and debris from all areas of property to include rear of property closest to alley. 14-32 for a business license. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for Elvin Ramos. 14-35 use and occupancy inspection. Please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for Elvin Ramos. And 23-4.10 A3 parking on landscape. Please remove all vehicles from landscape of property as parking on landscape is prohibited. Complied violations are 12-17 garbage cans in public view, 2-75.6.6 fire safety requirements, 23.4-11 unscreened trailer, and 15-39 abandoned property refrigerator. Formal notice of violation hearing was issued via certified mail on 2/6/2024. Certified mail was not received. Posted at property and at City Hall 2/20/2024. Last reinspection was on 5/29/2024, found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The recommendation time is August 2nd, 2024, or fine $75 per day. Administrative costs of $425.29 to be paid by August 2nd, 2024.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Elvin Ramos.
So, Mr. Ramos, tell me what's going on here.
Yeah, so, I was out of the country the first 2 months of this year in Colombia. And, so I didn't really get a chance to work on this until March. Just to give you some history, there's a car that ran into my staircase. There's 2 staircases that go to the 2nd floor.
Yeah, that can't be good.
Yeah. So the insurance company didn't want to pay, and then I received quotes for 35,000 for the replacement. The insurance company didn't want to pay about 20. Got to fighting with them back and forth. They ended up giving me that, and then it took me a while. Called about 20 contractors. Finally, one I got to fit the budget, and then we filed for the. I signed the paperwork for the permit on April 2nd, and then he submitted on April 12th. But it still hasn't been like approved that we can finish the job. And then everything else that she mentioned, the trash cans, the dirt, the car in the driveway. I had workers there this past week. And so we completed about 80% of those violations. The only thing that's remaining is the business license, which I went ahead and applied for. And paid in full, so it's an active current status, but I still need to do the 3-year inspections. The good thing is that Juliana said that she can do that after the permit is closed, so I'm just I try to file an extension, but because we have an open permit with a business license inspection pending, they said that I can't file the extension, so I'm here in person to see if we can get
The city offered to give you till to give you a compliance date of August 2nd. Does that work for you? Basically 2 months.
August 31st, 3 months.
That's the city's position on that request.
3 months. How long do you think it'll take until the permit is approved? It only has to be in the approved status to be complied.
I've been calling this contractor 3 times a week. He picks up about once a week. Been trying my best to get him to close this. I think because of the price compared to the other, the estimates that I got, he's probably last on his list. But I'm trying my best to get him to move forward. And
All right, I'll give you the extra time, but stay on top of it and see, look, just because I give you the time doesn't mean you have to use it, right? All right, see if you,
it's done next week if I can. Thank you.
Your Honor, if
Yeah.
you'd like to hear from the building official, he's here.
oh, okay.
Barry Schultz, building official, City of Lake Worth Beach. The last submission was disapproved on 4/22 for the plans, lack of completeness to do a review on the stairs. So that's what we're waiting for, is a resubmittal of the plans for those stairs.
Did you know that?
Yeah, and I spoke to the contractor yesterday. He said he submitted those plans. So I don't know if you see on your end, if they're.
Unless he did it last night, then I wouldn't know, but as of
Okay.
yesterday, we haven't had a resubmit yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll get
you-
back with him.
You may want to get on top of them. All right, in case 200, I'm going to make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of the listed code sections. Respondent has till August 31st, 2024 to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of $75 per day may issue. I assess cost amount of $425.29.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 9 of the agenda, item number 32, case number 23-2347. Property address of 317 South J Street. Property owner is SRMZ3 LLC, Officer Dorcius.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just
God bless you.
Yeah. Special Magistrate, Krista Simmons, City of Lake Worth Beach Compliance Admin Manager. He has submitted in the file a certificate of signing that references for legal matters. There should be a POA, but we do not have the POA. So it's at your discretion whether those documents are acceptable.
I'll let him speak to what he knows.
Okay.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorsey, the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Case number, owner's name, owner's address already been read into the record. Property location, 317 South J Street. The case was initiated from a failed license inspection on December 21st, 2023. Existing violation, 14-32, business license, 14-35, use and occupancy inspection. The owner failed inspection number 59005 on September 21st, 2023. For the additional violations, address not visible in public right of way, cross bays need to be properly screened, overgrown grass in the rear, outlet covers need to be replaced, landscape debris that needs to be removed, and dirt buildup from the driveway and walkway and rear patio that needs to be removed. Inspection number 61067 was conducted on May 8, 2024. That inspection was disapproved for the active violations from 59005. Active violation 2.75 6.2 general requirements. The owner was cited to, again, replace the missing cross bay screens, replace the exterior outlet covers, and to clean the dirt stains from the driveway, walkway, and rear patio. At this time, all other violations have been complied or resolved at this time. Formal notice violation was issued via certified mail on January 24th, 2024. Certified mail was received on January 30th, 2024. The property in City Hall was posted on January 29th, 2024. The property last reinspection date was on May 28th, 2024. Photographs of the property has been taken. The city had personal contact with the property manager. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance would be July 3rd, 2024, or paid administration cost of $425.29 by July 3rd, 2024, and a fine of $75 per day.
Did you say $75?
Yes.
And which code section are outstanding?
14-32 business license, 14-35 use and occupancy inspection, and 2.75 6.2 general requirements.
Sir, you can tell me your name, please?
Ron Snyder.
And what is your position with the respondent?
It's renovation. I'm in charge of other repairs on our properties.
So tell me what's going on.
We got violations there.
That part I know.
I did meet with the inspector last week. I actually did 7 inspections with different inspectors in our homes. We got about 30 homes in your city. And we did the use and occupancy inspections. And we're in the process of repairing them all. I actually have one re-inspection scheduled for tomorrow. This one, we had a vendor come in, they gave us a bid, it's been approved, and the work is going to be done on June 4th and 5th, which I believe is next Tuesday and Wednesday, so.
So the city asked for a compliance date of
No,
July 3rd?
yeah, no problem.
Okay.
It'll probably be sometime in the next week, I'll call for re-inspection.
Well, that sounds good to me. All right. In case 2347, I make the following findings of fact and life I notice is sufficient. I found the property in violation of the listed code sections 1432, 1435, 275.6.2. Respondent has until July 3rd, 2024 to bring the property in compliance or fine of up to $75 per day. May issue assessed cost amount of $425.29.
All right. Okay, we're going to go to page 8 of the agenda, item number 30. Case number 23-713, property address of 1728 7th Avenue North. Property owner is Morgan Cattle, Officer Dorcius. That is 1728 7th Avenue North.
That page is throwing me.
I know, I'm so sorry. That's the first time I've done that. My apologies.
No worries. Like,
It threw me too when I was looking for cases.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorsey, the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, owner's address have been read into the record. Property location 1728 7th Avenue North. This case was initiated as an internal complaint on April 13th, 2023. Existing violation 2.75 6.2. The owner was cited to reseal the driveway. Permits may be required. They were given the building division's contact number. 23.2-21, building permit for the fence installation that was installed without a permit. On February 23rd, 2024, an email received from the building official, and per that email, there has been no permit application submitted at this time. All other violations have been complied or resolved. Former notice of violations issued via certified mail on September 9th, 2024. Certified mail received on September 20th, 2024. The property in City Hall was posted on I'm sorry, let me start over. Former notice of violation issued via certified mail on January 9th, 2024. Certified mail was received on January 20th, 2024. The property in City Hall was posted on January 10th of 2024. The property last reinspection date was on May 24th, 2024. The city had personal contact with the owner. Photographs of the violation has been taken. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance would be August 29th, 2024. Pay the $550 per day plus administration costs of $425.29 made payable by August 29th, 2024.
I'm sorry, one more time, the amount of time and the fine amount you're looking at?
Recommendation time, August 29th, 2024. Pay the fine of $50 per day.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Morgan Cadle.
And you're the owner of the property, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, no, I'm not here to argue anything. It certainly needs to be resealed. Unfortunately, just before Christmas, we had a death in the family, which
I'm
kind
sorry to
of
hear that.
threw everything through a loop, both financially and our situation. If I can get to August 29th, that's wonderful. I got a guy coming through, and I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a lot of time to get this
yeah, I
done.
mean, as long as you're cool with that, I'm cool with that. I don't get fined until after that, right?
After the August 29th.
Oh, it'll be done by then.
Yeah, I mean, there are administrative costs that you have to pay, but.
Yeah,
no
no,
fine.
I
Yeah.
understand that. I'm just gonna get it resolved. So I apologize. Hopefully I won't be back. So what do I do? Just send everything?
You have to contact the building division, submit a permit for the fence.
That do.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. All right, in case 713, I'm gonna make the following findings of facts and law. I find notice sufficient. I find the property in violation of listed code sections. Respondent has till August 29th, 2024 to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of up to $50 per day may issue. Assessed cost of $425.29.
Thank you
Good luck,
very
sir.
much.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 10 of the agenda. Item number 39, case number 24-663. Property address of 2425 Second Avenue North. Property owner is Oakwood Townhomes LP and Oakwood Townhomes 2 LLC. Supervisor Hicks.
Thank you.
Good morning, Bobby Hicks, City of Lake Worth Beach. Case number, owner's name and address have been read into the record. Case was initiated on 5/1 of 2024 as a citizen complaint for repeat violations 12-18, remove garbage, trash, and debris from entire property. 12-7, maintenance of the dumpster enclosures. 14-32, apply and obtain the City of Lake Worth Beach business license for the Amazon Hub station that's on the property. 14-35, contact and schedule an inspection for the Amazon Hub station that's on the property. 15-39, remove all unlicensed and inoperable vehicles from property. 2-75.6.2, please repair, replace any and all torn screens and units. Please remove all chipping and peeling paint from front porches and repaint. Please replace all broken paper tiles on pool deck. Please repair, replace any rotten wood on door frame in and around the pool area. Repair damaged chain link fence on front of property that is falling down. Permit may be required. Remove graffiti from behind units 47 and the pole in front of unit 139. 23.2-21, please apply and obtain permit for a hot water heater in units 101 and 123. Unit 123 has not been installed at this time. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 5/2 of 2024. Certified mail was received on 5/7 of 2024. The property in City Hall were posted on 5/3 of 2024. Last reinspection of the property was on 5/29 of 2024. Photographs have been taken to show the violations. I did not have any personal contact with the property owner, but I did have personal contact with management that was on the property. At this time, the city is recommending a fine of $500 per day due to the multiple complaints at this property. Fines will be assessed from 5/1 of 2024 until date of full compliance. To date, this property is not in compliance. Previous order has been attached to the file for repeat case number 21-2762 that was opened on 12/16 of 2021 for violations 12-18, 12-7, 1432, 1435, 1539, 2-75.6.2, 2-7.9, and 23.2-21. The hearing for that case was scheduled on 7/28 of 2022. Magistrate ordered compliance by 10/28 of 2022. Owner complied on 10/31 of 2022. Fine ran for 3 days at $250 per day. The city's also requested administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by June 28th of 2024.
You ladies, tell me your names, please.
Marcelo Martinez.
And what is your relationship to the owners here?
Assistant property manager and property manager.
So tell me what's going on.
So half of everything that was on the violation that we got, we did have a proposal for the fencing. But they're just still looking around to see who gives them the better quote. We did take care of the graffitis. We are taking care of today of the pavement. They're painting the cracking paint. We have a proposal for that. We just got the Amazon business license application from our regional manager this morning. For the water heater, we didn't install one for 101. We did one for 123.
Backwards.
So that's the water heater, I guess, which they need to fill out. And then for the wooden door, they did request, a license for that to be installed, but they're still waiting for approval.
From the city?
But they submitted that.
At this time, permits have not been applied for the hot water heater or the replacement of the, I guess, door frame.
That's what the vendor is. And we are working on the cars that are supposed to be removed. We've been removing cars. They just keep bringing them on property again.
Yeah, my inclination here is to assess the fine, let you guys bring this thing into compliance, then you can circle back and see if if it's worthwhile to reduce it. But this has been going on a while, this repeat violation. The violations here under the code are significant. So I understand you're trying to bring these into compliance, and I strongly encourage that. But at this point, I think the appropriate thing to do is to assess it as a repeat violation and see if you guys can circle back later and do a reduction if it's warranted. But in case 663, I'm going to make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is deficient, I'll find the property in violation of the listed code sections. I make further finding that said violations are a repeat violation under the code of the city of Lake Worth Beach. Hereby assess the fine the amount of $500 per day beginning May 1st and continuing until the property comes into compliance. Assess cost the amount of $425.29. Please keep in contact with the code officer and let them know when you're in compliance.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 8 of the agenda, item 28, case number 24-626. Property address of 216 South B Street. Property owner is Latch LLC, Officer Domingo.
28.
Yes, sir. Case number 24-626, item 28.
Carlos with the city of Lake Worth. Case number, owner's name, and owner's address have been read into the record. This case was initiated as a repeat case during a field observation. The case was initiated on 04/24/2024. This case contains one violation, which is 2-75.6.2, broken windows, dirt mildew on the side of the house, damaged wood siding. The violations have been complied as of 05/24/2024. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 05/01/2024. Certified mail was delivered on 05/03/2024. Posted at property and city hall on 05/01/2024. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. There has been no personal contact with the property owner. Order has been attached to the case file for repeat case number 21-1658 for violation 2-75.6.2, which was initiated on 06/29/2021 and went to hearing on 07/30/2021, and ordered compliance by 08/30/2021 with $100 per day fines. Property was in compliance, no fines were accrued. Property ran in fines from 04/24/2024 to 05/24/2024 with a totaling of 30 days at 250 per day, totaling $7,500.
What day did the city first observe the repeat violation?
The repeat violation was 2-75.6.2. Oh, it was observed on 04/24/2024.
And when did the city note that it was in compliance?
05/24/2024.
Was that 30 days?
That was for all of it. All the violations. That specific one was, I think, applied that same.
Hold on one second. Let me just get the city's testimony, then I'll let you tell me anything you want.
I would also like to add that there's an admin fee of $425.29.
So the windows in particular, because that's the repeat violation,
Yes.
is it the city's testimony that that was out of compliance for 30 days?
That itself was not out of compliance within 30 days. That was resolved pretty quickly. The amount of days, I'm not too sure exactly.
Yolanda Bryant, City of Lake Worth Beach Special Magistrate. It's not per violation, the property has to be in complete compliance before we comply the case as a whole. So the 30 days is for all of the violations together, if we don't go by per violation.
So what remedy is the city seeking here?
The $475.29 admin fee and $250 per day, which it ran for 30 days, totaling an amount of $7,500.
All right, sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Newman McLean.
So tell me what's going on.
So the window, so none of the windows were actually broken. The tenant, it's old jalousie windows. The tenants put tape on the inside of the windows. So you can tell you the glass, everything is there. They put tape on it. So we went in there and we pulled the tape. They, for some reason, they believe the jalousie open, so they put tape on each of the creases of the individual planes. But the glass, everything is there and there's nothing broken. They just have tape on the inside because they believe that things were coming in, whatever. That was a repeat. The thing in the alleyway, we have a landscaping company that goes and cuts the grass. They just never went on the other. We have a 6-foot fence in the back of the property. They just never went to the behind the fence to get the alleyway. So they've been instructed to now walk around. Our property is in the middle. It's not at the end of the street, so they would have to like drive to the end of the street and then go back to the alleyway and get back to our property. So now they've been instructed and we're paying them a little bit more to drive into the alleyway to cut that alley in the back. But they cut the property, but they never went past our fence in the back to get to the alley. Because it's the fence and they just assumed our property stopped at the fence. For Lakewood, we have to maintain the half of the alleyway.
So is the city making the argument that the code section in question 275.62 is inclusive of all the violations that were on the property or just the window issue? Because that sort of matters, right?
Of all the violations.
$7,000 for tape on the window seems like.
No.
Your Honor, that wasn't the only violation. He had broken windows, dirt, mold, and mildew on the side of the house, and damaged wood siding. All of those violations fall under the code 2-75.62, which is the violation, the repeat violation from the previous case. So under that code section, anything under that code section was a repeat violation from a previous case.
if you see the pictures of the siding, it took me, speaking to the officer like 2-3 times to figure out what it was. It's like little small pieces. So when we sent our guys the first week, they didn't even see it. So then he sent me the picture and then we took care of it right away.
But it still was damaged wood siding that he
Yeah,
was
I
cited
understand.
for.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying that it's there. It's just, we try to take care of it, just didn't even see it because it's like little pieces. They pressure washed the stain under the AC. I mean, now the alleyway, our landscape company is instructed, we're paying them more. to,
So
like,
windows, siding, what was the third thing that the city was looking at?
And there was, so because the tape was on the windows, we assumed that it was broken, but he said that it wasn't broken. He complied the violation. He was cited for broken windows, which said remove and replace all broken window panels.
Yeah, none of the panels, the tenants, I don't know, they were saying they
Okay,
think,
putting aside the windows for a second. The siding, what was the other thing?
Dirt
Yeah.
and mildew on the side of the house.
it's under the, like, the wall, there's a wall in the AC that drips onto it.
And when was that addressed?
That was addressed last first week. The only thing left was when we were talking, it was the siding, because we couldn't figure out, and then the landscaping. We did the landscaping, but there was still, they didn't rake it. So when he went out there was still some traps there. So then we had to redo, we sent them back to completely.
He
clean up the
keeps
whole back.
addressing, I'm sorry, he keeps addressing the landscape issue. That's a different case. That's a code
Okay.
case. This case is for the repeat violation only.
So it's your testimony, you fixed the windows by simply taking the tape off?
Yeah, the windows were fine. They opened their everything on the window was fine. They just put blue tape on the inside of the, not even the exterior of the window, it was on the inside.
All right, this is what I'll do in this case. In case 626. I'll make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property was in violation of 275.6.2. And I make further findings said violation was a repeat violation under the code of the city of Palm Beach, of Lake Worth Beach. I'm going to assess a daily fine of $100 a day for the time it was out of compliance for a total fine of $3,000. And I will assess the cost of $425.29. Thank you for coming in, sir.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 16 of the agenda, item number 55, case number 24-260. Property address of 926 North C Street. Property owner is U.S. Bank National Association as co-trustee for Mortgage Equity Conversion Trust 2011-1, Officer Tyler.
Thank you, ma'am.
Officer Tyler, Community Code Compliance. Case number, owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This was a citizen complaint that was initiated on February 7th of 2024. Existing violations, 2-75.6.2, general requirements, clean and cover or drain swimming pool, replace missing deadbolt on rear structure. 23.4-4, C and D, repair or replace wood fence around entire property, no permit required for less than 16 feet of repair. All other violations have been complied or resolved. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail April 17th of 24. Certified mail was received on April 22nd of 24. Posted at the property and City Hall April 18th of 2024.
Hold on one second. Did I, oh, okay. My apologies, I'm on the wrong page.
Property was last re-inspected on May 28th of 24 and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was not made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until July 1st of 24 for compliance or pay the fines of $50 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st of 24.
Which code sections did you say were still at issue?
2-75.6.2 and 23.4-4. general requirements
So-
and the fencing.
So the general standards one and the fence. I'm sorry, sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Dennis Carey on behalf of the new owner who took was a successful bidder of the subject property and took possession on 4/16 rather of 2024.
And who is that new owner, sir?
Nation Star.
And what is your position with Nation Star, sir?
I am an attorney that's appearing on behalf of Nation Star.
So they're your client, your
Yes, and I'm actually covering for the firm Greenspoon Motor.
the floor is yours. Tell me what you want me to know.
They're working to get all the issues remedied, and they just need some additional time while they work to cure the defaults. They intend on marketing the property for sale once everything is completed.
The city offered a compliance day of July 1st. Does that work for you?
Would request till maybe the end of August to get everything done. Whatever additional time the magistrate feels is appropriate, if any.
I'll give you to August 1st.
Very good.
All right, in case 260, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient, find the property in violation of listed code sections 275.6.2 and 23.4-4C and D. Respondent has till August 1st to bring the property in compliance, or fine of up to $50 per day may issue assessed cost amount of $425.29.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 13 of the agenda, item number 48, case number 24-345. Property address is 1512 South K Lane. Property owner is Herbert and Amelia DeCampo, Officer Turret.
Suella Turek, previously sworn. The case was initiated on 2/23/24. The existing violations are as follows. 12-18, remove all trash, garbage, and debris from entire property. Abandoned property. 15-39, please remove unlicensed and inoperable vehicles on property. Building permit 23.2-21, apply for, obtain, and pick up permits for rear storage addition and canopy. Parking prohibited 23.4-10, remove vehicles parked on landscape. All other violations are complied. The notice of hearing was mailed on 4/2/24 and returned on 4/5/24. The property was posted on 4/3/24. I have had contact with the owner. The property was re-inspected on 5/6/24 and on 5/29/24, found to be in non-compliance. And there are photographs of the property. I have had personal contact with the owner. The recommendation of time and fine is July 1st, 2024, at a cost of $50 per day, with the administrative cost awarded of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st, 2024.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
Yes, my name is Cynthia DeCampo. I'm the daughter of Heber and Amelia.
Do they know that you're here on their behalf?
Yes, they do. My parents are, my dad is house ridden. He's got many illnesses. He doesn't leave the house much, and my mom. We have many other properties. So I handle everything for them. Child.
I know that can be challenging.
Yeah.
So tell me what's going on.
So, this house, my parents have owned for about 3 years. We have a relative that lives there. My uncle is very, is anti, people telling him what to do. He doesn't, it's where he lives. you know, he's got stuff around the yard and things like that. I talked to him, we're trying to be cordial with him. Unfortunately, my dad can't go over there physically and do these items that have been asked for. Most of them he has taken care of. My uncle has removed the abandoned vehicle that was there and all that stuff. I did pass by this morning. He did remove the pallets and things that were in the front corner on the back side of the house. I know he's got the firewood, which I see that he added more. I know he works for a tree trimmer and takes home logs because he likes to do, you know, fire with the little fire pit. I just wanted to see if we can get another 30 days. I'm gonna go there myself with my husband and start taking down that structure.
Okay.
He told me he did it and he didn't, as of this morning. And then the vehicles, you know, I'll make sure he parks his truck on the street.
Okay.
Or define it, as you mentioned to me, you know, the parking area.
Okay.
With gravel or something, just so it's more defined, so that we can park there, so he can park his truck there. It's basically just picking up the things he has laying around. To him, it's not trash, it's just things, you know, but he doesn't understand that, you know, even though it's our property, we still have to abide by certain rules and things like that. So I'm just gonna go there myself and just start doing it and make sure he takes down there is a structure there, you know, the original storage shed, but he added to it. And it's not even finished. It's just a matter of taking it down. He has to take it down. It's just bottom line. I'm gonna end up doing it myself. Been trying to, you know, tell him we need to get this done, and he just.
The city asked for,
mad about it.
the city asked for a compliance date of July 1st. Is that enough time for you?
That won't be enough time.
Okay. In case 345, I'm gonna make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice it's sufficient to find the property in violation of is it 1218, 1539, 23, 410? Was there anything else that was still outstanding?
1218
1539,
1539
23, 410.
and 23.2-21.
1539, the abandoned.
Oh, the building permit, yeah.
Yes.
23.2, 21.
1539 is inoperable vehicle.
Right, the camper, that's gone.
As of yesterday, on 529, there was a moped. I saw a moped in the back.
That's considered.
Is it got a tag on it?
I
If there-
didn't realize that was.
Yeah, if there's no tag, it's an inoperable vehicle.
Okay, I'll just tell him to put it aside. I mean, I didn't realize that was.
Yeah,
an
by
issue. There was a camper there.
It's
before,
it's
that's
actually
what that
fairly
is.
typical in most city codes that an unlicensed vehicle is treated as abandoned.
I understand that. There was a camper there before. I thought that's what this was about. I didn't realize a moped is considered.
It's also good practice, you know, to call the code officer and go through exactly what the code officer is seeing so that you know that you're bringing it into compliance.
Right,
Yeah.
which they mentioned to me about the camper. That's what that was.
But yeah.
They never
So, like,
mentioned moped.
I mean, July 1st seems like a long time, but it's not a long time, so it's important
No,
that you
that's-
communicate effectively with the code officer to make sure that you're doing
Yeah.
what you need to do.
I've been in contact. Her and Blake, who was the original.
All right, those listed code sections, July 1st, $50, assessed cost 425.29. Thank you for coming in, man.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 7, item 23, case number 23-2227. Property address of 1513 Crestwood Boulevard. Property owner is Loveland Toussaint, Officer Dale.
Greetings, Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as a field observation on December 4th, 2023. Existing violations are 23.2-21, no permit for the P-Rock that was placed as a driveway on the property. The permit application for this was submitted on April 27, 2023, and reviewed and disapproved by Planning and Zoning on May 12, 2023, with no follow-up comments to date from the owner. 2-75.6.2, 2 open permits, permit number 23-2853, which is on hold, and permit number 23-1433, which is in plan review and has been disapproved by planning and zoning. 23.4-10D, vehicle parked on the landscape, and 23.6-1, dirt and bare spot areas in the landscape. Issued courtesy notice for violation, door hanger 8370 was issued. The property was re-inspected on February 9th, 2024, and found to be in noncompliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 15th, 2024, and the certified mail was delivered. The property was posted at the property and City Hall on February 20th, 2024. The last re-inspection was on 5/21 done by myself, and on May 29th done by the horticulturalist, and still found to be in noncompliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is July 2nd, 2024, with a $50 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 2nd, 2024. All other violations have been complied.
Which code sections are still at issue?
23.2-21, 2-75.6.2, 23.4-10D, and 23.6-1.
What's the building permit issue?
They said.
Hold on one second, sir. Let me finish with the officer.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay, so they submitted the application on April 27, 2023.
For what?
For the driveway, for the P-Rock in the driveway. And it was reviewed and disapproved by planning and zoning on May 12, 2023.
All right, so it's a driveway permit and they've submitted, but it hasn't been approved. It's been
Correct.
disapproved. Okay.
Correct.
The parking surface material, is that
Correct.
that's also the driveway issue?
Yes.
And the 275.62, what is that in reference?
Those are the two open permits, which includes the permit for the driveway, and there's also another permit, 23.28-53 that needs to move forward as well.
And what's that for?
I believe that was for the solar. I'm not sure. Okay, solar panel, yes.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir. Can you tell me your name, please?
Name is Loveland Tucson.
And
So
you're the owner of the property, sir?
yes,
So the city says that you need a permit for your driveway, that you have parking material issue and landscaping and I guess another permit.
yeah, the first permit I put in a year ago, that was for the parking, but I was trying to put asphalt there and it got disapproved. So basically I went and put gravel. I didn't know I needed a permit for that. So then I got like another violation saying I need a permit for the gravel. And then when I went to go get that, they said they weren't able to prove that. Because of some.
Usually it's a good practice to call
Yeah.
the city and the building department and go through what you're gonna do before you do it.
Yeah, I was going about this. So all the violations I've been getting written up for, I've been sort of just doing them myself, thinking I'm good, but I was going about it the wrong way. I was supposed to reach out and actually, because I think there's still different stuff, but I don't know.
No, that has been complied.
Okay, yeah, I've been putting in time and work, but not doing it the right way, so.
How much time do you think you're gonna need to address all of the things that the code officer talked about?
Well, actually, I just started about maybe a month and a half ago, actually reaching out to people, so I have a meeting with Dave McGrew. So he's gonna walk the property, see if there's a alternative route I could do instead of, but I spent thousands putting down the rocks, so I was trying to see if there's another way around that. If not, I'll just have to get rid of it and.
The city has offered a compliance date of July 2nd. Is that enough time for you, sir?
Yeah, that's enough time.
Are you sure?
I'm
Just
gonna
asking.
give you more anyway,
Yeah,
because I've been doing this a long time and that's there's a fair amount that you're gonna have to do here, and I'd rather, and it sounds to me like you want to do it, so I'm gonna try and help you not be in violation here. So I'm gonna give you to August.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
August second.
Yeah, August 2nd. So in case 2227, I'm gonna make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in the listed code sections as testified to by the code officer. Give the respondent until August 2nd to come to compliance, or a fine of up to $50 per day may issue. I'm gonna set cost for $25.29. Good luck and stay in contact with the code officer.
Okay, so that's all the respondents. Do you want to take a break or do you want to keep?
I'm a camel. I can keep going, but if you guys need it, I can take a few minutes.
Do you guys need a break or you want to just push through?
All right, let's take 5.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right, we are back on the record. Let me know when you're ready, sir.
All right, I hereby call this meeting back into order. Is everybody sworn? All right, let's go.
Okay, we're going to go to page 4 of the agenda, item number 12, case number 23-837. This is a public request for a lien reduction at 1002 South F Street. Property owner is Johnson Finellis, Officer Jones, and they've entered into, I believe, a stipulated agreement.
I'll do the one that was called. So is this the stipulation here? Let me just read it here.
Good morning, Code Officer Travis Jones with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. The City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida has agreed to a stipulated agreement for a lien reduction with property owner Finellis Johnson, owner or agent for the owner of the property described below. The person executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement in bind. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1002 South F Street, Lake Worth Beach, Florida. Owner has otherwise met all the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinance relating to the reduction of the code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $4,350, and owner agrees to pay $435 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $435, and owner agrees to pay by July 1st, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, this stipulated agreement shall be non and void with no further actions to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $4,350 shall be reinstated.
All right, in case 837, I hereby accept the stipulation of the parties, and I hereby reduce the lien to $435 payable by July 1st. If it's not paid at that time, the lien returns the original amount of $4,350.
All right, we're going to go to page 11, item 40. Case number 24-246, property address of 1521 Tropical Drive. Property owner is Ribhai Abu Shaban, Officer Jones.
Which number was this?
Item number 40, page 11.
Good morning, Code Officer Travis Jones with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Case number, owner's name, owner's address has already been read onto the record. Property location 1521 Tropical Drive. Case was initiated from a field observation on February 6, 2024. Existing violations 14-32. Business license. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for Abashaban Rahib. 14-35. Use and occupancy. Please contact 561-586-1782 to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection. 15-39. Abandoned property. Register or remove unlicensed vehicles on property. 2-75.6.2 general requirements. Make house numbers visible from the public view. Remove chip paint on the building and paint as needed. Remove unpermitted shed on property. 23.4-19 outdoor storage. Remove outdoor storage from property, front of property, and underneath carport. 23 4.10. Parking prohibited. Remove vehicles parked on landscape. All other violations complied or resolved. Courtesy notice was issued on February 6, 2024, re-inspected on March 7, 2024, found to be in noncompliance. Formal notice of violation in hearing was issued via certified mail on March 12th, 2024. Certified mail was received on March 22nd, 2024. That property in that city hall on March 18th, 2024. Property was re-inspected on, last re-inspection was on May 28th, 2024, found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. There was no contact with the owner. Recommendation time for 15-39 abandoned property, 2-75.6.2 general requirements, 23.4-19 outdoor storage is June 10th, 2024, or pay fines of $75 per day. Recommendation time for 14-32 business license, 14-35 use and occupancy, July 1st, 2024, plus pay administration costs of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st, 2024, and pay fines of $75 per day.
All right, so if I understand your testimony correctly, there are 5 outstanding code sections.
Correct.
So tell me about this business license and use of occupancy. What is that about?
Tell you about it.
Yeah, what's going on there that constitutes a violation of those sections?
The owner has tenants living at the property. If you look into the case file, there's utilities for the tenant.
The tenant?
Correct.
So if they have tenants, they need a business license and occupancy. What's
Correct.
the 275.62, the general requirements, the property standards? Was that the paint chips that you're talking about?
Chip and paint.
So that's painting.
Correct.
What's the outdoor storage? You said something about items under the carport.
Yes, it's photos in the case file.
Is there any other outdoor storage, or is that just what we're?
Just all under the carport.
Okay. And the parking prohibited is at the truck that's parked on the ground.
Truck on the front lawn and the back. And it's a truck in the back with no license plate.
Is it just the one truck, or is
It's 3 trucks.
there's 3 trucks?
Yes.
And all 3 trucks are parked on the grass?
Yes, you have 1 in the front, 2 in the back.
All right, in case 246, I make the following findings of facts in law. If I notice is sufficient, I'll have the property in violation of 1432 and 1435 specifically. Tenants on the property without required business license or use of occupancy. Respondent has till July 1st, 2024 to bring those into compliance, or a fine of $75 per day may issue. I also find the property in violation of 1539, which is what was the abandoned property? Is that a? I guess I should have asked you about that.
It's the vehicle.
Oh, is that the? Okay.
Yes, the one in the back without the tag.
1539 for the abandoned vehicle, 275.6.2 for the peeling paint and paint chips on the house, and 23.419 for the materials outside the carport, and 23.410 for the parking on the prohibited surface. Respondent has until June 10th to bring those into compliance, or fine of $75 per day may issue. ISS cost the amount of $425.29. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 4 of the agenda. Item number 13, case number 23-897. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 1230 South Federal Highway. Property owner is 3 Trust LLC, Officer Turek, and they entered into a stipulated agreement.
No worries. Thank you.
Sue Turek, previously sworn. The person executing the stipulated agreement has the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city. Owner has otherwise met all requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1. The lien existing on the property total $15,300, and the owner agrees to pay $1,530 to settle the release of the lien. The city will recommend the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $1,530, and the owner agrees to make payment by June 30th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $15,300 will be reinstated.
The gentleman that signed this agreement, Juan de Moya, was he a representative of Three Trust LLC?
Yes.
All right, in case 897, I make the following findings. I hereby reduce the lien from 15,300 to 1,530 payable by June 30th, 2024. If it's not paid in that time, the lien is returned to the full amount of 15,300.
Thank you.
Okay, on page 12, item number 46, case number 24-216, that's been rescheduled to June 27th.
Which one?
Item number 46.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 13. Item number 47, case number 24-323 is complied. And now we're at item number 49, case number 24-378. Property address of 1225 South End Street. Property owner is Austin Property Services LLC, Officer Turek.
Sue Turek, previously sworn. Case was initiated on 3/4/24. The existing violations are as follows. 12-18, remove all trash, junk, and debris from property. 2-75.6.2, please do the following: repair awnings and repaint, repair cracked sidewalks, 23.4-19, please remove all outdoor storage to include but not limited to all trash, boxes, shopping carts, and indoor furniture. All other violations have been complied. The courtesy notice was issued on 3/28/24. The formal notice was received, it's in transit. The property was posted on 4/3/24. There has, the last inspection was on 5/6/24 and on 5/29/24. Photographs have been taken. I've had personal contact with the owner. The recommendation of time would be July 8th, 2024, or a fine of $75 per day, with the administrative costs of $425.29 to be paid by July 8th, 2024.
Officer, in reaching that date of July 8th, was that in consultation with the owner?
Yes,
Did they indicate that that was enough time to bring these issues into compliance?
they did.
1218, the garbage, what is that?
Remove all trash, trunk, and debris from property. There's like a 4x8, like a big railroad tie in the front yard. There's wood leaning up against the carport. There was, a few other items laying around the property that just need to be cleaned up. And he needs to use an occupancy inspection as well, which is not cited on this case. It's on a previous case.
Yeah, don't tell me about
Yeah.
anything now in this case. The general requirements, that was the awnings and sidewalks?
Yes,
Can those cracks be repaired?
I think he would
eventually?
need to replace the stones, just put new stones there. I don't think he can actually glue those back together.
Was July 8th enough time to do that?
I think so.
And the outdoor storage, is that the wood that's leaning up there?
Yes, and the railroad ties. Well, that was the trash and debris, excuse me.
All right, in case 378, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient, find the property in violation of code sections 1218, 275, 1218 specifically the tie and trash scattered on the property, 275.6.2, which is the awnings and sidewalk damage, and 23,419, which is the outdoor storage, including the wood piled up against the side of the home. Respondent has till July 8th to bring the property in compliance, or fine of $75 per day may issue. Assessed cost the amount of $425.29.
Okay, next, we're gonna go to page 9 of the agenda, item number 31, case number 23-1898. Property address of 631 North J Street. Property owner is Dana Torres, Officer Dorcius.
Thank you, ma'am.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorcius, the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division, case number, owner's name, owner's address are being read into the record. Property location, 631 North J Street. The case was initiated as an internal complaint on October 5th, 2023. Existing violation, 2-756.2, general requirements. The owner was cited to process expired permit 22-381 on February 7, 2024, per the building official, Barry. The owner needed to come into the office, and the email is placed in the case file. The owner has not came to the office to discuss the permit matter. Courtesy notice number 13016 was left on the property on October 6, 2023. The property last reinspection date was on, the property was re-inspected on December 14, 2023. Notices were not mailed out in the month of December, so a second re-inspection was conducted on February 14, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation was issued via certified mail on February 22nd, 2024. Certified mail was not received. The property in City Hall was posted on February 28th, 2024. The property last reinspection date was on May 28th, 2024. Photographs of the violation has been taken. The city had personal contact with the property owner. The city recommends the violation 2-756.2 for the expired permit be complied by July 30th, 2024, or pay the fine of $425.29, or pay administration cost of $425.29 plus the fine of $50 per day. Oh, and all other violations been complied or resolved at this time.
So the 275.6.2 B4 for weeds, that's not an issue anymore.
Nope, that's been resolved.
So we're really just talking about this expired permit.
That is correct.
What's this permit about?
A wooden fence that was installed, but she never scheduled her final inspection, so the permit expired itself out.
Did you say that you had communicated with the respondent about this?
That is correct. We have back and forth email communication, and that has been placed in the case file as well.
And you believe that July 30th is enough time to resolve this?
If she actually comes into the office and speak with the building division so she can handle the expired permit, but she has to first come into the office.
All right, in case 1898, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient, find the property in violation of code section LWCO 275.6.2. Specifically an expired permit for a fence. Respondent has till July 30th to bring the property in compliance, or fine of up to $50 per day may issue. Assessed cost amount of $425.29. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 10 of the agenda, item 35, case number 24-447. Property address of 415 North L Street. Property owner is Katie Meckler, Officer Dorcius.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorcius, the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division, case number, owner's name, owner's address already been read into the record. Property location, 415 North L Street. This case was initiated as a citizen complaint on March 18, 2024. Existing violation 2-756.2 B4 weeds. The owner was cited to trim all overgrown weeds on the front and rear of the property. Certified mail violation was issued, formal notice of violation was issued via certified mail on March 20th, 2024. Certified mail was not received. The property in City Hall was posted on March 21st, 2024. The property last reinspection date was on May 28th, 2024. Photographs of the property has been taken. The city had no personal contact with the property owner. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance is June 20th, 2024. Paid in plus administration cost of $425.29 made payable by June 20th, 2024, plus the $75 per day.
I'm sorry, what date did you say? July,
June 20th.
June 20. And this is just about overgrown weeds?
That is correct. There's other violations, but that's already a previous case that's running in fines.
Did you say you had communicated with the property owner? about
No.
this?
The only communication I've been in touch with is the neighbors.
And I'm guessing they're not too happy, huh?
No,
Any reason to believe that they couldn't get this accomplished by June 20th?
well, no, not at all. The new owner just has to come out and just maintain the landscape.
All right, in case 447, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of code section 275.6.2B4, specifically overgrown weeds on the property. Respondent has until June 20th to bring the property in compliance or fine of up to $75 per day may issue. Oh, I'm sorry, and I assess cost amount of $425.29.
Okay, next is item 36, case number 24-481, property address of 108 South Lakeside Drive. Property owner is 108 Lakeside LLC, Officer Dorcius.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorcius, the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, owner's address are being read into the record. Property location, 108 South Lakeside Drive. The case was initiated as a citizen complaint on March 25th, 2024. Existing violations, 23.4-74. Parking lot arrows and stripes. The owner was cited to please restrike the faded parking lot lines. 2.756.2 general requirements. The owner was cited to please repair the cracks in the rear driveway. Permits may be required. The owner was given the building division's contact information. Formal notice of violation was issued via certified mail on April 3rd, 2024. Certified mail was received on April 5th, 2024. Property in City Hall was posted on April 4th, 2024. The property last reinspection was on May 28th, 2024. Photographs of the property has been taken. The city had personal contact with the owner. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance is July 3rd, 2024. Or pay the fine of $75 per day plus administration costs of $425.29 made payable by July 3rd, 2024.
All right, so clearly the parking lot needs to be painted. What was was that the other section, was that referring to the cracks in the,
2.756.2 general requirements.
and the violation you were concerned about there was what exactly?
The cracks, to repair the cracks in their rear driveway.
You believe that July 3rd is enough time to bring these into?
Well, the last time I spoke to the owner was like 2 months ago. He asked about the violations. He went to go look at the violations, did a reinspection, but he made absolutely no repairs.
Can this be repaired or does it have to be replaced?
It can actually be repaired. He could like do a little, he could contact the building department and they could tell him what exactly he can do. He could do some type of sealing. So I've seen people that repair cracks before without ripping up the whole driveway.
I'm gonna give him till the end of July.
Okay.
Would that be?
July 31st. It's 31 days in July, right?
Yes, I just was checking to see if it was on a weekend.
All right. In case 481, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of code sections 23.474 and 2.75.6.2, specifically related to the driveway that needs to be painted and cracks repaired. Respondent has till July 31st to bring the property into compliance or a fine of up to $75 per day may issue. I assess cost the amount of $425.29.
Okay. All right, we're going to go to page 4 of the agenda. Item number 15, case number 23-2240, property address of 1232 North L Street. Property owner is Jennifer and Paul Alders, Officer Bryant.
Thank you, ma'am.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. Owner's name, address, and case number have been read into the record. Case was initiated on 12/5/2023 as a field observation. Existing violations on the property are 2-75.6.2 general requirements. Please move forward with expired residential fence permit number 18-949. Please move forward with permit number 23-1423 for residential air conditioning, as permit has been in the plan review status for over 120 days. 23.2-21 for building permit. Apply for, obtain, and pick up permits for residential wooden fence. Complied violations are 12-17, 12-18, 2-75.6.2 B4, or 23.4-19, 23.6-1, and 23.4-4. Issued courtesy notice for violation hearing on 12/6/2023, re-inspected on 1/4/2024, found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 1/10/2024. Certified mail not received. Posted at property and at City Hall 2/2/2024. Last re-inspection was on 5/29/2024, found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. Recommendation time is July 2nd, 2024, or fine $50 per day. Administrative cost $425.29 to be paid by July 2nd, 2024.
So the outstanding violations here are the weeds, 75.6.2 B4. No?
No, that is 2-75.6.2 and 23.2-21.
So the building permit,
Yes, building permit and the expired permits.
tell me about those.
So 18-949 and 23-1423. One is for a residential fence. The work was done, but it was just never closed out, never finalized. And then the other one for an air conditioning. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Barry, the building official, is not here right now, but he said that all they needed is somebody to come out and inspect it, so it wouldn't take very long.
So basically they did halfway there, but didn't finish, huh?
Yes.
All right. Sorry, I'm gonna keep flipping the page.
Oh,
Right, because it runs from 4
Yeah.
to 5, right? Yeah.
yes.
All right, and you said you talked to the respondent?
Mhm.
And they
Yes.
understand what they need to do?
Yes, she's been trying to contact the building division, but she said she hasn't gotten an answer. I know that the building official, Barry, has contacted her though, has sent an email.
In case number 23, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient on the property in violation of 2-75.6.2 and 23.2-21, both for incomplete building permits. I give the respondent until July 2nd to come into compliance. Please say. Or a fine in the amount of $50 per day may issue. I will assess cost amount of $425.29.
Okay, next, we're gonna go to page 5 of the agenda, item 16, case number 23-2258. Property address of 1702 North End Street. Property owner is Jeffrey Harlan Woods, Officer Bryant.
Thank you.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. Owner's name, address, and case number have been read into the record. Case was initiated on 12/7/2023 as a citizen complaint. Existing violations are 23.2-21 for a building permit. Apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for residential wooden fence. The permit 24-111 for a residential fence and the plan review status since 1/11/2024. All of the violations have been complied. Issued courtesy notice for violation hearing on 12/13/2023, re-inspected on 3/26/2024, found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 3/28/2024, certified mail received on 4/5/2024, posted at property and at City Hall 4/5/2024. Last re-inspection was on 5/29/2024, found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. Recommendation time is July 1st, 2024, or fine $50 per day. Administrative costs $425.29 to be paid by July 1st, 2024.
So they put up this fence, they applied for a permit. The permit was issued and they did not pick it up.
So as far as as far as I know, it was disapproved, but they haven't resubmitted, if I'm
Ah.
correct. I know that they did apply for it.
So they applied for it, but they haven't gotten it issued.
Mhm.
They disapproved due to the survey's too old.
Mm.
So we can submit a new survey.
July 1st, enough time to get that done?
If you would like to give more time, you're welcome to. The case it was initiated in December of last year.
Yeah, and it's tricky though, because under the law, I'm required to give them a sufficient amount of time to actually comply the requirement, even though it's sort of extended, I can't issue an order that they can't comply with, right? So that's why I always ask that question, because I need to know whether or not it can
Got
actually
it.
be done.
So they either need a current copy of the survey or submit a complete land survey affidavit.
Mm.
Let's do this. Let's make it August 1st, 2024, just to avoid any problems. In case 2258, make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 23.2-21, which is putting up a fence without a permit. Respondent has until August 1st, 2024 to come into compliance or fine of $50 per day may issue. ISS cost amount of $425.29.
Okay, next is item 18, case number 24-396. Property address is 1701 18th Avenue North. Property owner is Alcides Gonzalez. Officer Bryant.
Got a busy day today.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. Owner's name, address, and case number have been read into the record. Case was initiated on 3/8/2024 as a field observation. Existing violations are 15-25 nuisance injurious to the public / bees. Please remove beehive on the main structure closest to North A Street within 5 days, as bees are a health safety hazard and a nuisance injurious to the public. 2-75.6.2 general requirements. Please repair crack of the walkway in the front of property as is a trip hazard. And please remove all dirt / mildew buildup from all areas of property to include driveway and walkways. 23.6-1 landscape regulations. Please remove all landscape debris from all areas of the property to include the rear of property closest to the alley. 23.4-4 fences, walls, and gates. Please repair / replace / remove all damaged / rotten areas of wooden fence of property. And 2-75.6.2 B4, please cut / trim all overgrown landscape, grass, and weeds of property to include hedges growing onto the public sidewalk closest to North A Street. All other violations have been complied. Issued courtesy notice for violation hearing on 3/8/2024, re-inspected on 4/8/2024, found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 4/8/2024. Certified mail not received. Delivery attempted on 4/12/2024. Posted at property and at City Hall 4/12/2024. Last re-inspection was on 5/29/2024, found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. The city has not had personal contact with the property owner. Recommendation time is June 5th, 2024 for compliance of 15-25, and that if voluntary compliance of owner by removing bees from property is not met by June 5th, 2024, then the city can remediate the bees independently from the owner. Or fine $50 per day. All other violations to be complied by July 1st, 2024, or fines of $50 per day. Administrative costs $425.29 to be paid by July 1st, 2024.
All right, so 1218, the trash, that's complied, right?
Yes.
And the fire safety issue, that was complied?
Yes.
So we got bees?
Yes, there's a beehive on the roof.
And we got. And so the city is concerned enough about the bees that you want to treat that as a life safety issue?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe the bees constitute a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the people of Lake Worth Beach?
Yes, sir.
The 75.6.2, is that the walkway crack
Yes.
and the mildew, I guess?
Mhm.
No. We have overgrown weeds.
Yes, and this is, it's the weeds, but also the hedges on the side closest to North A Street. They're growing onto the public sidewalk.
Is that the same issue with the 23.6-1, the landscape?
No, that is in the rear of the property. It's more about the landscape debris, like the dead palm fronds on the ground.
And that's the, and 23.4-4, that's the disrepaired fence that I'm seeing in this pictures.
Yes.
Doesn't look like anyone's maintaining this property.
No.
Is there anyone living here?
Yes, and they complied two of the violations, so, and the door hangers have been taken inside, or
But
they've gotten
but they
the,
haven't contacted you
no,
and they haven't responded when you were there.
no.
All right. In case 396, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 15-25. Specifically, there are bees on the property. I make further finding that said violation constitutes a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the people of Lake Worth Beach. Order the respondent to immediately comply to bring that into compliance, and failure to bring that into compliance by June 5th, 2024. I hereby authorize the city to enter the park property and remediate the issue. Or I typically say abate. That's the language you guys use, but abate the violation. I hereby assess the cost of that abatement against the property and property owner. I make further finding that the property is in violation of 2-75.6.2. Specifically, there's disrepair on the walkway as well as dirt and mildew. I find the property in violation of 275.6.2B4. Specifically, there is overgrowth of weeds growing onto the right of way. I find a violation of 23-0.6-1. The landscape is not being properly maintained. In 23.4-4, the fence is in disrepair. I order respondent to bring all of those into compliance by July 24th, 2024. Or a fine in the amount of $50 per day shall issue. I hereby assess cost the amount of $425.29.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 1 of the agenda. Item number 3, case number 07-120038. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 524 North H Street. Property case name was Sandler Cobbler. The new owner is AAA Investment of Palm Beach County, Inc., Officer Dale. And Special Magistrate, there are 4 reductions on this one address. Do you want them all read in at the same time?
How do you guys typically do it?
We typically just read them in and then she can just read off the steps, but
All right, read 'em all.
it's up to you.
That's fine with me.
Item 4, case number 11-1037, public request for lien reduction at 524 North H Street. Page 2, item 5, case number 13-1441, public request for lien reduction at 524 North H Street. And item number 6, case number 13-1442, public request for lien reduction at 524 North H Street. And on all of these, they have signed a stipulated agreement.
You guys are doing my work for me. Thank you, man.
No, are the amounts all the same? Is this the one where the amounts are all the same? And you can just, if they're all the same, you can say that he signed the agreement with. Oh, but the lien amounts are different, so you'll have to do them, yeah. I know what. Yeah, but you still need to read the lien. Okay.
Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for a lien reduction for case number 13-1442.
Sure.
You have that one?
Yeah.
Just making
On
sure.
on the agenda, they're in case number order, so the 07-12-0038 would be first.
Okay, got you. Stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 07-12-0038. The city of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with the property's owner, AAA Investment of PBC Inc. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 524 North H Street, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $9,051.04, and the owner agrees to pay $2,516.34 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $2,516.34, and the owner agrees to make the payment by November 30th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $9,051.04 shall be reinstated. The owner did submit receipts as well.
All right, in case number 7, which is 12-0038, I hereby reduce the fine from $9,051.04 to $2,516.34 payable by November 30th, 2024. If it's not paid in that time, the fine returns to the original amount.
And then now the 11-1037.
Yep.
Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 11-1037. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with the property owner, AAA Investment of PBC Inc. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 524 North H Street, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $85,050, and the owner agrees to pay $2,516.34 to settle and release the lien in which the owner has submitted receipts. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $85,050, and the owner agrees to make payment by November 30th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $85,050 shall be reinstated.
Just for the record, it's reduced to 2516 because I think you read 85. I think you read the lien amount as the reduction amount.
I'm sorry about that. You want me to read it again?
No, it's all good.
Okay, okay.
All right, in case 11-1037, I hereby reduce the lien from $85,050 to $2,516.34 payable by 11/30/24. If the lien is not paid in that time, it returns to the original amount.
Okay, now we're on page 2, the 13-1441 case.
Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 13-1441. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with the property owner, AAA Investment of PBC Inc. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 524 North H Street, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $32,025, and the owner agrees to pay $2,516.34 to settle and release the lien in which the owner has submitted receipts. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $2,516.34, and the owner agrees to make payment by November 30th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $32,025 shall be reinstated.
All right, in case 13-1441, I hereby reduce the lien from $32,025 to $2,516.34 payable by 11/30/2024. If the lien is not paid in that time period, it returns to the original amount.
Okay, item 8, case number 09-645. It's a public request for a lien reduction. Oh, I skipped one. Item number 7, case number 09-526. Public request for a lien reduction at 1106 North H Street. Case name was Gary E. Shustek. The new owner is AAA Investment of Palm Beach County, Inc., Officer Dale.
1 second, Crystal. We still have one more for 524, 13-1442.
1442.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
Item number 6, case number 13-1442. I had already read the rest.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
you already read it.
Latissa Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 13-1442. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with the property owner AAA Investment of Palm Beach of PBC Inc. The persons executing a stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 524 North H Street, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $46,400, and the owner agrees to pay $2,516.34 to settle and release the lien in which the owner has submitted receipts. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $2,516.34, and the owner agrees to make payment by November 30th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, this stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $46,400 shall be reinstated.
In case 13-1442, I hereby order the fine of $46,400 to be reduced to $2,516.34 payable by 11/30/2024. If it is not paid during that time, before that time, it returns to the original amount.
Okay, now we're on item 7, case number 09-526. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 1106 North H Street. Case name is Gary E. Shustek. New owner is AAA Investment of Palm Beach County, Inc., Officer Dale.
It's a lot of AAA today, huh?
Officer Latissa Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 09-0526. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with the property owner AAA Investment of PBC Inc. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1106 North H Street, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all requirements of the sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $638,148.71, and the owner agrees to pay $8,404.25 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $8,404.25, and the owner agrees to make payment by November 30th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $638,148.71 shall be reinstated.
Okay, next is item number 8. Oh,
Is it $49,898 is the existing lien? That's what it says on the
I'm sorry.
the
Can I say it again?
Isn't it?
Looks like you're missing a file. There should be 3 for that address.
Yes.
All right, in case 09-0526. I hereby reduce the fine from $638,148.71 to $8,404.25 payable by November 30th, 2024. If the lien is not paid by that date, it returns to the original amount.
Okay, next is item 8, case number 09-645. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 1106 North H Street. Case name Gary E. Shustek, new owner is AAA Investment of Palm Beach County, Inc., Officer Dale.
Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 09-0645. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with the property owner AAA Investment of PBC Inc. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1106 North H Street, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $157,179, and the owner agrees to pay $8,404.25 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered, reducing the lien to $8,404.25, and the owner agrees to make payment by November 30th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $157,179 shall be reinstated.
All right, in case 09-0645, I hereby order the lien of $157,179 to be reduced to $8,404.25 payable by 11/30/2024. If it is not paid by that date, it returns to the original amount.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 3, item 9, case number 12-289, public request for a lien reduction at 1106 North H Street. Case name is Gary E. Shustek, new owner, AAA Investment of Palm Beach County, Inc., Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 12-0289. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with AAA Investment of PBC Inc. The persons executing this stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1106 North H Street, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $49,898, and the owner agrees to pay $8,404.25 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $8,404.25, and the owner agrees to make payment by November 30th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $49,898 shall be reinstated.
All right, in case 12-0289, I hereby order the lien of $49,898 to be reduced to $8,404.25 payable by 11/30/24. If it is not paid by that date, it returns to the original amount.
Okay, next is item 10, case number 23-427. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 1125 North Dixie Highway. Property owner is Valley View Construction Company, Officer Dale.
Thank you.
Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 23-0427. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with property owner Valley View Construction Co. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1125 North Dixie Highway, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $18,377.29, and the owner agrees to pay $1,837.73 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $1,837.73, and the owner agrees to make payment by July 2nd, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, this stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $18,377.29 shall be reinstated.
All right, in case 230427, I hereby reduce the lien from $18,377.29 to $1,837.73 payable by 7/2/24. If the amount is not paid by that date, it returns to the original amount.
Next is case number 23-1093. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 919 12th Avenue North. Property owner is Valley View Construction Company. Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. This is a stipulated agreement for lien reduction for case number 23-1093. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement with the property owner Valley View Construction Co. This person's executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bond. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 919 12th Avenue North, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of the code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $6,600, and the owner agrees to pay $660 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $660, and the owner agrees to make payment by July 2nd, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, this stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of the $6,600 shall be reinstated.
In case 23-1093, I hereby order the lien of $6,600 reduced to $660 payable by 7/2/24. If it is not paid by that date, it returns to the original amount.
Okay, item number 6, item number 22, case number 23-2213 is complied. Then we're going to go to page 8 of the agenda, which is your next page, because these are the ones that are backwards, so I won't go. Or what case number did she give you? Because this is the one I did backwards.
24-0477.
Okay, so that's page 8, item 26, case number 24-477, property address of 1715 Lavue Avenue. Property owner is Jerry Stenbar. Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated on March 22nd, 2024 as a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32, no active business license. 14-35, no use and occupancy inspection. Inspection number 1, inspection number 58785 was disapproved. The owner needed to repair, replace, or remove wooden fence in disrepair to include rotted wood or damaged, broken, missing fence slabs, and remove or permit unpermitted accessory structure. There was a second inspection done on May 28th, 2024, inspection number 61152, and that was disapproved with the comments that the accessory structure needs to be removed or permitted, and there was a fence installed on the property without a permit. The property was re-inspected on April 30th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on March 28th, 2024, and the certified mail was delivered. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on April 1st, 2024. The last reinspection was on May 28th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is July 2nd, 2024, with a $75 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 2nd, 2024.
So this is just the business license and certificate of use?
That is correct.
And the business here is having a tenant on the property?
That is correct. It's a rental.
And how do we know it's a rental?
They applied for a business license, and the utilities are in the tenant's name.
So they tried, but they failed the inspection, I
They,
guess.
yes, they failed the inspection twice.
Any reason to believe that they cannot get this done by July 2nd?
No.
All right, in case 240477, make the following findings of fact and law. Find notice is sufficient for the property in violation of the listed code sections, and I specifically having a tenant on the property and not a business license or certificate of use. Respondent has until July 2nd to bring the property in compliance, or fine of $75 per day may issue. I hereby assess cost amount of $425.29.
Okay, next is item 27, case number 24-702, property address of 606 North C Street. Property owner is Isabella's Investor Corp. Officer Dale.
Which one?
606 North C Street.
Isabella's Investors Corp.
It's a repeat case. You don't have it? Hmm. Okay, we're gonna withdraw that one. I'm not quite sure what happened because it is on the agenda. So, to look into that. Okay, so now we are going to go to let me find where we're at. We're going to go to page 4 of the agenda. Item number 14, case number 22-1219, property address of 911 First Avenue South. Property owner is Yasmin Real Estate LLC, Officer Tyler, and it's a public request for a lien reduction.
Officer Tyler, City of Lake Worth Beach. The City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, and the property owner Yasmin Real Estate LLC, owner or agent for the owner of the property described below. The persons executing this stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 911 First Avenue South, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totaled $22,600, and the owner agreed to pay $2,260 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $2,260, and the owner agrees to make payment by July 31st, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, this stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city. And the existing lien amount of $22,600 shall be reinstated.
All right, case 22-1219, I hereby reduce the lien from $22,600 to $2,260 payable by July 31st, 2024. If it is not paid by that time, it returns the original amount.
Okay, we're going to go to page 14, item 51, case number 24-74, property address of 1308 Lake Avenue. Property owner is Anthony Genovese Trust, Officer Tyler.
Case number, owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This was a citizen complaint initiated on January 9th, 2024, existing violation 23.4-7 parking lot maintenance, resurface and restripe parking lot permits may be required. All other violations have been complied or resolved. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on March 26, 24. Certified mail was received March 28, 2024, posted at property and city hall March 27, 2024. This case was administratively postponed from March 29, 2024 to May 30th, 2024. Property was last re-inspected on May 29, 2024 and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until July 15th for compliance or pay the fines of $100 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st, 2024.
So tell me about this driveway.
So it's in disrepair. The property owner stated to me that he is basically waiting on utilities to place a meter because they have to do work underground before a permit can be pulled, but he has not done any of that since the case has been initiated.
How long has it been?
It's been since January. This case has been open, January 9th. And he was administratively postponed from his previous hearing in March to allow time for this parking lot to be done, or at least to get an approved permit in the system.
This is gonna need a permit, isn't it?
Yes, it will need a permit.
Let's make this July 31st. All right, case 0074. Make the following findings of fact and law. I notice is sufficient. I found the property in violation of 23.4-7. Specifically, the parking lot is in disrepair and needs to be repaired or replaced. Respondent has until July 31st, 2024 to bring the property in compliance or a fine in the amount of $100 per day may issue. Thereby assess cost the amount of $425.29. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to page 15 of the agenda, item 53, case number 24-151. Property address of 531 South Dixie Highway. Property owner is Florida Ocean 2009 LLC, Officer Tyler.
Case number, owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This was an internal complaint that was initiated January 23rd, 2024. Existing violations: 1218 areas free of garbage, remove all trash and debris from the property. 12-7 dumpster/compactor area inside and outside of enclosure needs to be clean. Enclosure doors should be closed on non-service days. 2-75.6.2 touch-up paint on monument sign and electric pole sign. All other violations have been complied or resolved. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail February 6th of 24. Certified mail was received on February 12th of 24. Property and city hall posted February 7th, 2024. Property was last re-inspected on May 28th of 24 and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There was not personal contact made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until June 17th of 24 for compliance or pay the fines of $100 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st, 2024.
Let's see, what's I mean, I can see the trash. Oh, I guess I see it. I guess they got the trash and debris sitting on their landscaping.
Correct. And the compactor dumpster area, that does have to be maintained. The cleanliness of it does have to be maintained and the enclosure doors have to be closed on non-service days.
So that's just clean up and that's just clean up.
Yes, sir.
The 275.6.2. What's that about?
That's the monument sign and the electric pole sign that needed to have a touch-up of paint.
Is that sort of like those white looking scratches there at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
What's the electrical pole?
That is in the parking lot. It's where some of the graffiti was, but they have one left that they didn't do. They did a couple, but not all.
Does seem relatively easy to do. All right, in case 0151, I make the following findings of fact on the law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of code sections 1218. There's trash and debris on the property. 12.7, the dumpster area needs to be cleaned up and closed. And 2-75.6.2, there needs to be paint on the monument sign, the electrical pole. The respondent has until June 17th, 2024 to bring the property in compliance or fine of $100 per day. May issue hereby assess costs at $425.29.
Okay, next is item 54, case number 24-164, property address of 209 North B Street. Property owner is Anisets Transportation LLC. Officer Tyler.
Case number, owner's name and address have been already read on the record. This was a field observation that was initiated January 26th of 24. Existing violations, 2-75.6.2, replace or repair any broken or missing window glass. No permit required to change just glass. Repair damaged or rotten wood on fascia boards on all the structures. 2-75.6.5, replace missing weatherproof plug covers. 12.18, remove trash and debris from their entire property. 12-7, remove damaged dumpster enclosure if not in use by a dumpster or garbage cans. Contact Public Services. 14.32, business license. Apply for and obtain City of Lake Worth Beach business license. 14.35, schedule and pass use and occupancy inspection. 2-75.6.6, remove boards, cover shutters from windows for means of egress, remove tape from windows, replace fire extinguisher holders around the property. 23.4-19, remove all outdoor storage from the front of units. 23.4-3, replace or repair any loose or hanging exterior lights, replace any missing light globe covers, replace any missing light bulbs. 23.4-4, C and D, repair chain link fence around the property or remove. 23.4-7, repaint parking stripes, wheel stops needs to be properly anchored. All other violations have been complied or resolved. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail January 30th of 24. Certified mail was returned March 5th of 24. Posted at Property and City Hall January 31st of 24. This property was last re-inspected on May 22nd of 24. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until July 15th, 2024 for compliance or pay the fines of $75 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st.
Well, you got a lot of the code here. When you've had conversations with the respondent, how have they responded to what
I've
fairly extensive violations here?
I had one conversation with the property owner. Initially, it was much worse. This case was actually based on another complaint for a sewage issue that leaked onto the neighbor. They fixed that. They've done some work, but it's kind of like they started and then they just got to a standstill point. The owner said that he was going to work diligently to get everything done, but there's been no contact since our initial conversation.
All right, let's talk through these. The 2-75.6.2, that's the broken glass and the rotted wood.
Yes, each structure, there's 3 buildings. They all have broken windows or have some kind of tape or board that is inside of the windows.
Okay. And the rotted wood or fascia.
Yes, that's on the rear structure.
Okay. The missing weatherproof plug covers.
Yes, that's in a carport area on the second structure. It's like a white like shed kind of thing that's attached to the structure. That's also where their fire extinguisher is broken.
Oh, okay. I see that. Okay. Trash and debris.
Yes, sir. That's all around, and that's also where the dumpster enclosure. They don't have a dumpster anymore. That was removed. So the enclosure should have been taken down as well, but they are now using it just to store all of the trash that the city can't service from that point.
dumpster. Yeah, and I assume the business license and use occupancy is due to the tenancies on the property?
Right, so they need a rental inspection anyway, and in order to get the inspection and pass, they would have to comply all of these as well.
Seems like they got their work cut out for them. Okay, I can see the boards on the windows. I assume that's the egress issue with the fire.
Yes, sir.
I can see the tape as well. I can see the outdoor storage. What's that? Tell me about the exterior lighting.
So there is some front porch lights on the first structure, the main structure, and they're hanging loose and they're missing the globe covers on 2 of the structures. And light bulbs on the rear structure that aligns with the alley.
Is in the fence is in disrepair.
Correct. They took half of the chain link down and then they left the other half up, which is still in disrepair as well.
And the parking lot.
Right. They have done nothing with the parking lot as far as the parking spot. They would only have to do the 2, they only have 2 parking spaces. So it's 1 line and 2 wheel stops.
Okay, it is your understanding or belief that it is reasonable for them to get these things done by July 15th?
If they work at it, I believe that it is a possibility because even though it seems like it's a lot of minor fixes. Even with the chain link, it doesn't have to necessarily be repaired. They could always remove it and that would cure the violation.
Okay. All right, in case 0164, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of listed code sections. I adopt by reference to testimony to the code officer as to the nature of those violations. Hereby order the respondent to come into compliance by July 15th, 2024, or find the amount of $75 per day may issue. I hereby assess cost amount of $425.29.
Okay, page 16 of the agenda, item 56, case number 24-262. Property address of 224 North C Street. Property owner is Leverage Property Investment and Capital Fund LLC. Officer Tyler.
Case number, owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This was a field observation that was initiated February 7th of 24. Existing violations are 1217. Storage and accumulation, place garbage cans in or recycle bins near the structure line. 1218, areas free of garbage, remove all trash and debris from the entire property, including in the alley. 1432, apply for and obtain City of Lake Worth Beach business license. 1435, schedule and pass use and occupancy inspection. 2-75.6.2, remove dirt buildup from the structure, walkway, and driveway. Address must contrast and color from the structure paint. Replace all broken windows. If just the glass is replaced, no permit is required. 2-75.6.5, secure loose cable box in the alleyway. 2-75.6.6, remove all boards from windows for means of egress. 2-75.9, remove all landscape debris around the property. 23.4-19, remove all outdoor storage from the front of the property. 23.2-21, apply for, obtain, and pick up permit for windows. 23.4-4C and D, replace any missing and or damaged wood fence panels. No permit required for less than 16 feet of repair. 23.4-7, number 3, wheel stops anchored. Clean and properly anchor your wheel stops. 23.4-7, number 4, parking stripes need to be repainted. Permit may be required. Contact the building division. All other violations have been complied or resolved. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 15th of 24. Certified mail received on February 17th, 2024, posted at Property and City Hall, February 16th, 2024. Property was last re-inspected on May 29th of 24 and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was not made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until July 2nd for compliance or pay the fines of $75 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st of 2024.
Well, there's a lot going on here, huh?
Yes.
Let's the garbage cans there. I don't see a picture of that. Is that what's the issue there? They're too close to the street?
Yes, sir. they have to at least be near or behind the structure line.
And they currently are not?
No, sir. They usually leave them up near the sidewalk area. I apologize if that picture was not clear in there.
It might be, I just might not. It's been a long morning. Tell me about the trash and debris on the property. I can see some.
So there's an area where the wooden fence was, that was an area where they stored their garbage cans initially. There is the area that they're basically placing like construction debris, bulk items, and that's where the mass of their trash is kind of formulating there. And that's also another point of contact that the city can't service from that area.
I assume the city's concern about the business license and occupancy is because there's tenants on the property?
Correct.
Have you spoken with the tenants?
Not with the tenants or the owner.
And you know there are tenants because,
I've seen them in and out of the unit.
the 75.6.2, there's dirt on the structure?
Yes.
Tell me what that is.
And there's like some dirt buildup. There's a door that I couldn't cite because we had already mailed out this. There's a door that leads to the upstairs units, and that's where the gist of all of the dirt buildup is. And that's also along in the alley as well.
The address numbers are not painted a contrasting color.
Correct. It's the exact same color as the facial board.
I can see the broken windows. Tell me about the cable box in the alley.
So it's loose and hanging in the alley. So it does have to be secured to the structure.
I can see the boards on the windows. I can see the landscape debris. I can see the outdoor storage. What's the building permit for the windows?
They do have some new windows that were installed in the alley,
But not permitted.
but not permanent.
Looks like the fence is in disrepair. I can see that. Tell me about the wheel stops, because I can't see those.
So with the wheel stops, there was a vehicle, it's like an SUV that's parked there. So when they park, you can tell that it's shifted and it's out of place and that they're dirty.
Okay. And I can see that the parking lot needs to be striped. Okay. All right, in case 240262, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of the listed code sections, I adopt the testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those violations. Hereby order the respondent to come into compliance by July 2nd, 2024, or fine the amount of $75 per day may issue, hereby assess cost amount of $425.29.
Okay, next is page 17, item 57, case number 24-264. Property address of 232 North C Street. Property owner is King David Real Estate Investment Holdings LLC, Officer Tyler.
Okay, case number, owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This is a field observation that was initiated on February 8th, 2024. Existing violations, 1218, remove all trash and debris from the entire property, including alley. 1539, all vehicles on property must be current in registration and operable or removed. 2-75.6.2, remove dirt buildup from the structure, walkway, driveway. Seal cracked walkway, seal cracked / hole in the knee wall in front of 232. Replace any damaged or missing crawl space screens around the property. 2-75.6.6. Fire extinguishers must be in proper storage with current tags. Remove foil or tape from the windows. Remove shutters from windows. 23.4-19, remove all outdoor storage from the front of the property. 23.4-3, replace any missing light bulbs. Replace any missing globe covers. 23.4-7, clean and properly anchor wheel stops. 23.4-7, parking stripes need to be repainted. Permit may be required. 23.6-1, remove landscape debris. Plants and nursery pots must be in the ground in a clay or ceramic pot or removed. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail February 15th. Certified mail moving through network February 23rd of 24, posted at property in City Hall February 16th of 24. Property was last re-inspected on May 29th of 24 and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until July 1st for compliance or pay the fines of $75 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st of 2024.
Well, you got all the good ones, huh?
And this property is actually next door to the one that we just did.
Give you the good zone here. All right, so 1218. I can see trash and debris. Is that just the trash and debris scattered around the property that's in the picture?
Yes, and the gist of their trash and debris also was at the very front of their property, and now they kind of have it like tucked behind the landscape and in the rear.
Okay. So tell me about the abandoned property. Are there vehicles without a license here?
Yes, so there is I want to say it's like a Cadillac or something. It's like a tan colored vehicle. He has all flat tires and the license plate is expired as well.
Okay. Let's see, we got dirt on the driveway. I can see that, yeah. It's just poorly maintained. The cracks in the walkway, where are those?
That was all in the front of 232. She sealed the cracks. I'm looking back over my notes. She sealed the crack, but there's still a hole in the knee wall in front of that same unit where the walkway was
In front of
cracked.
232?
Yes. It's hard to get a good picture of that hole because we can't enter the property without her permission.
Fair enough, you can just testify to it. And the missing screens? Is that window screens?
Yes, no, they're crawl-space screens.
And they're missing?
Yes. I
Fire
actually did a walk
extinguishers?
around with this owner as well.
The fire extinguishers are not up to date?
No, she does. There are some that are missing entirely and then the other ones are expired.
There's foil tape on the windows. I can see that they have some of their shutters up. Yeah, and I can see the foil tape. Okay, outdoor storage, I can see. They're missing light bulbs and light covers around the property.
Yes, sir.
You've testified already to the wheel anchors. And I can see that there is landscaping debris in the pictures and the, okay. You wanted to give them till July 1st. Do you think that's enough time here?
Yes, I actually spoke with this property owner this week and she said as long as we gave her until July, she would be able to get everything taken care of.
Okay, in case 240264, make the following findings of fact and law. For notice is sufficient, I found the property in violation of listed code sections. I adopt by reference the testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those violations. Hereby order the respondent to come into compliance by July 1st, 2024, or fine the amount of $75 per day may issue, hereby assess cost amount of $425.29.
Okay, next is item 58, case number 24-433, property address of 15 South D Street. Property owner is Resna A. Cuffey, Officer Tyler.
Did you lose the lottery of going last?
I believe I did. Okay, so case number, owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This was initiated through our sheriff department on March 13th, 2024. Existing violations 2-75.6.5. Every occupied residential unit shall be connected to and have current service from an authorized source of electrical power. 23.6-1. Eliminate bare dirt areas. All other violations have been complied or resolved. Issued courtesy notice of violation, door hanger number 14106 on March 19th, 2024, re-inspected on March 29th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail April 1st of 24. Certified mail returned to sender unclaimed and unable to forward, May 28th, 2024, posted at Property and City Hall, April 2nd, 2024. Property was last re-inspected on May 28th of 24 and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until July 2nd, 2024 for compliance or pay the fines of $50 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 1st, 2024.
So they're not connected to the city power?
They have no utilities at this time. There was a tenant who was living there
Without
initially.
utilities?
Right, what is happening with this property owner is that she's getting the utilities turned on, she's paying, and then she just kind of lets it go back off. So now the city has disconnected due to non-payment, and she has not reconnected the utilities since that date.
So she has to pay the city power company.
Correct.
Well, that certainly can be done by that date. And the other issue is the bare
Just the-
dirt.
Right.
She just needs to put some sod down, essentially.
Yes, in the rear of the property. She also has another case for the other violations that are present.
That's beyond the scope of today. All right, so in case 240433, I make the following findings of fact in law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 275.6.5, which is not being connected to an electrical power source, and 23.6-1, which is bare areas of dirt. I order the respondent to come to compliance by July 2nd, 2024, or fine of $50 per day may issue. I hereby assess cost amount of $425.29 payable by July 1st.
Okay, that is it. If you would like to adjourn.
Seeing no further business before us, there is no further business, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we are adjourned.